Bikes are pretty expensive these days, aren't they? For example, if you want a carbon aero race bike with a range-topping SRAM red ETAP axle group set like this one here, you're looking at well over £10,000 or more. This Handsling Aero EVO, however, bucks the trend. It costs £5,700, and pay another £300 and you get a power meter. And better yet, where most bike brands offer you a choice of one colour, two if you're lucky, you can choose from 15 colours here. So if you don't like the green, well, that's cool. There's black, blue, orange and many more options available. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? What's the catch? Well, let's dive in and take a closer look and find out. The Aero EVO, as the name implies, is an aerodynamic road bike, and you see that from the one-piece carbon aero handlebar and stem, the bladed fork, the down tube, the seat post, every aspect of the frame has been designed to minimise drag as much as possible. And it's important to state this is the company's own frame design, not an open mould, so that shows the investment the company has put in to designing their own frame and have it made to their own specification. The frame is made from high-end T800 carbon fibre for a frame weight of just over 900 grams and about 350 grams for the fork. So definitely in the ballpark of what you expect for a modern aero road bike like this one here. It's available only with disc brakes. There is no rim brake option, with flat to mount brake calipers, full internal cable routing and hose routing, and 12mm through axles front and rear. A real positive with the Aero EVO is the tyre clearance on this platform. It will easily take up to a 32mm wide tyre, and it'll even go wider, the company says, maybe a 34, 35 at a pinch, depending on the tyre and rim combination and how happy you are really sacrificing that clearance between the frame, the fork and the rubber. But a 32 is probably wide enough for most people, and this bike rolling on 28 gives that all-round performance the company aim for with their bike, of this bike. While aerodynamics, weight and stiffness are clear targets for a bike like this, the company tried to ensure it's a comfy, compliant bike. So here in the real world, when you're riding fast for fun, but not racing, you had the comfort to ensure every mile is as enjoyable as the one that came before it. And wide tyres are definitely a key factor in ensuring the bike is smooth over our admittedly fairly rough roads, especially here in the Cotswolds, where the road surfaces aren't always smooth as the one I'm filming on today. To ensure maximum comfort on this bike, the company has even developed its own tapered seat post designed to offer more compliance when you're in the saddle. And there's lots of adjustment on that seat post as well, fore and aft, really easy saddle to set up. Other key details include a BB86 bottom bracket, routing for mechanical and electronic wire group sets, and full internal cable routing via their own one-piece carbon handlebar and stem, of which there are different models available. So different widths, different stem lengths as well, and you can customize that when you order the bike to suit your fit requirements. The bike also includes a lifetime warranty as well, which is a really nice peace of mind, especially on a bike from a lesser known brand as Handsling is. I mentioned the price at the top of the video, and that's a key selling point with this bike. Much cheaper than most mainstream brands, the likes of Trek, Specialized, Canyon, etc. And this bike, as a reminder, with a SRAM red ETAP axle group set, retails for £5,700. You can pay another £300 for the power meter option on this red crankset. There are cheaper builds using the same frame with a Shimano Ultegra bike starting from £4,000. So plenty of options in the company's range. Definitely worth having a look at their website if you want to see what options are available. That price also includes the company's own carbon fibre deep section wheels. They've been making these wheels for quite a few years. Some of you might know the brand better for the wheels than the frames. There are different options available on their website. These are a clincher tubeless ready option with external nipples, bladed spokes and their own hubs, so alloy bodies, nice fast engaging free hub. But the wheels are hand built here in the UK by a highly regarded wheel builder, and you customise the hub choice and the details of the wheels. Have deeper or shallower wheels depending on your preference, your requirements to suit your taste. You can use these wheels with clincher tyres and inner tubes if you prefer, or tubeless as I have them here. These are Continental's GP 5000 tubeless tyre, 28mm wide, which suits the width of the rim. So a nice smooth transition from the rim to the tyre for better aero. And a wide rim means you can run the tyres at nice low pressures, they're well supported, they don't squirm in the corners, they feel really good, planted and stable. The wheels come in at a claimed 1,630 grams for a 50mm rim, which is pretty decent compared to other wheels in the market, and on their own they retail for £899. This bike is then finished with Pro Logo bar tape to match the green frame and a Dimension saddle, which is a really comfy shape and really suits me well. On the scales, this size 56 weighs 7.6 kilograms. The Aero EVO definitely lives up to its name. I love how aero bikes feel and how fast they make you, and take every single watt you've got and turn it into forward motion so much better than a normal road bike. Making comparisons with other aero bikes I've ridden in the past, it's a tricky business out here in the real world with all its variables. Different road conditions, wind, rain, bad drivers. But by riding the same routes and roads I know really well and using a power meter and a heart rate monitor, I can definitely vouch for the aero performance of this bike. It's definitely up there with some of the other aero bikes I've ridden in the past, like the Trek Madone, the Canyon Aero, and even the old Specialized Venge as well. So aero is a clear focus with this bike. It's in the name and the tube profiles. That's not the only story though, and riding it on some of my crappiest roads reveals the other enticing traits in this green machine. The company set out not just to make an aero race bike, but also a good all-round bike. One that's both right at home, whether you're racing with a number pinned to your jersey, or comfy blasting around the lanes on a Sunday morning with your mates. I say, based on several weeks of riding the bike, that they have succeeded. The ride is impressively smooth, the wide tyres and tapered seat posts helping to remove the jittery vibration that can burst right through the contact point. That's a sensation that some people confuse with speed, but it's actually a vertical movement that's impeding your progress. Bigger impacts can occasionally thud through the frame from time to time, but it rarely unsettles the Aero EVO, and the bike always holds its line firmly, no matter how rough the road surface gets. There's clearly no shortage of stiffness when you show it a sprint finish. Now, I don't have a lot of watts to throw at the cranks, but I can't detect any unwanted flex or twist when really pushing the bike hard. The handlebar also resists bending, but isn't too rigid when dealing with front wheel impacts. The geometry is typical of an aero race bike. There's no surprises in the geometry chart. It's quite similar in a way to the Canyon Aero I reviewed a while back. They both have reasonably steep seat and head tube angles and a sub 1 meter wheelbase for the snappy steering you want from a race bike. The Aero EVO is a little longer in the reach, but the front end is a bit higher, and this slightly less aggressive stance suits the fast paced riding that the Aero EVO is so good at. So in my hands at least, the Aero EVO definitely impresses and delivers that aero performance you want in a bike like this, and makes going fast very easy and very enjoyable. But it's the comfort and that all-round appeal with disc brakes and bigger tyres that really adds to the whole package, and that all makes it a bike you can live with on a daily basis. If it's your only bike, you'd be just fine on this. And normally about here in the review there'll be a but the hefty price tag. Only that's not the case here. This bike, while not cheap, is definitely a lot cheaper than rival bikes offering similar equipment and frame designs, but a lot less money, which makes it great value for money. And there seems to be no compromises or shortcomings compared to what other brands will offer you. It definitely puts a smile on your face, as all good aero bikes should. When I was speaking to Handsling the other day, they told me they aim to make an aero carbon race bike like this accessible, both to junior road racing cyclists starting out in the world of road racing, and also weekend warriors who want a fast and comfy bike for bashing out the miles on a Sunday morning. And I think it's fair to say they have succeeded. The price is well below most mainstream rivals, and the performance is definitely up there with some of the more popular offerings in this category. So it's a big, easy thumbs up from me. So that has been my review of the Handsling Aero EVO. And if you like what you see here, and you want to find out more about this frame and the company itself, there's a link down below for you to go and check out. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this review, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you all again next time. Thank you so much for watching.